Hey there, how we doing? I've been talking about doing this video for a while, so it's finally time to get it done. So this is the 6+ month update for the frequencies watch. Probably see me wearing this thing in different videos. I've talked about, I got 3 other videos I've done on this, and I'll make sure and leave those links down below somewhere. So let's talk about this. This is the WAVWatch. So a couple things I want to get out for starters. When you're using this thing, it's not necessarily about healing. We don't want to use that terminology. It's not there. This is self-care. It is a way to help take care of yourself for something different ailment you have. Even though some people have had some pretty miraculous things happen with this, but it's about simply self-care. So not diagnosing, not prognosing, anything like that. Excuse me, not prescribing. It's just a way to take care of yourself. It's not necessarily a one shot. You doesn't necessarily listen to one of the files on here and that's it and you're done. Sometimes it can happen. I've had a few experiences like that. Other times it may take some time, which means maybe listen to it a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months before things happen. So it's not necessarily instantaneous, even though it can happen. Excuse me, different things for different people. Just like certain medications don't necessarily work for everybody, it's going to be the same thing with this. You're going to figure out what works for you. What works for one person might not be the same one that works for you. As an example of that, there might be, man, excuse me. I'm just going to get a headache. For a headache. Let's say there's 10 different frequencies on here for headache. One of them might work for you today. Next week, it might be something else. So good chances, just take all 10 of them and play them all together. And that way you can figure out what works for you. But sometimes it's not one shot. And sometimes you also got to approach things from a different angles, not just the isolated parts, which we'll talk about in a moment. So, yeah, so it's been over a little 6 months about this. And I've had, one of the things that happened for me is that I went without this for a while. It started malfunctioning. It wasn't working right. So by the time it stopped working, I emailed them because I bought the warranty with it. And I used the wrong email. I got 2 email addresses and didn't know which one I bought this through. So it took me a while to get that figured out. So by the time it stopped working, by the time I got it figured out, sent off, and by the time it was actually mailed and got back, it was 2 weeks by the time of the mailing time. But the total time gap was probably about 6 to 8 weeks. I missed it. That's one thing we'll talk about here. So definitely the benefits I've been using with it, it's previously, I think I've talked about this as well, is sometimes dental. Now this isn't to where I use an electric toothbrush and sometimes the teeth get sensitive. And it's not just slowly builds up. It's like, boom, it's sensitive. It's like, dang, that feels doesn't right. So that happens there. I'll put the stuff on for dental. Within a couple of days, it usually has a tendency to disappear. Excuse me. And that's after dealing with this for a couple of days before I decide to do anything with it. There's a difference. I mentioned before some allergies. I've during the summertime had the whole house fan on, woke up, nose just kind of running like a faucet, found the one for allergies. Within a couple of minutes, my nose just stopped. It's like someone just turned the switch off. I was like, okay, done. That same day, later in the afternoon, I think after I worked out, my nose was starting to run again. Okay, let me turn this on. And again, within a minute, just stopped. It was done. Vision, when the watch was gone, because I mentioned before, I think it seemed like my vision was improving. And I noticed when I wasn't using it, that time I didn't have it, I think it's like, okay, there's certain things I had to be careful of with the computer screens here. And then as I got it back, I started putting on vision again, and I think it improved a little bit. Now again, different things for everybody. For me, it might just be this, by wearing it, helps me out. I stop using it, might regress. For others, it may be a permanent situation. I don't know about that one there. Sore throat, I've had an issue sometimes because the weather's getting cool out, so I sleep with my window open. There's a couple times I've woken up with a sore throat and sometimes usually it goes away by mid-morning, but sometimes it doesn't. So I've put the frequencies on here dealing with a sore throat, and within a little bit I feel better. So the big one for me, it's the one I use most of the time, pretty much I use it every day, is the one dealing with muscles, joints, and that aspect, because from working out, I'm usually kind of sore often. And when I noticed it, when I didn't have the watch here, I've been using, so I bought this, so right now it is December, and I bought this, I just had to check, I think I bought it in March, end of March. So let's just say April is when I started using it. And basically after every workout, every day, I'm running the ones for muscles and stuff. And when I didn't have it, I was working out, I was going, man, I'm sore and achy. I hadn't felt that for the past several months. I get this back, I'm running, and I'm running some different programs. Matter of fact, I had one to where it was, if you watch my videos, you might know about this, where I did a jog. It'd be in 10 miles, almost 11 miles. I was achy, I was sore. I went out too hard. I could have planned it much better. I was feeling it when I got back home. So So I'm putting this stuff on for the feet and different muscles and aspects through there. And I had some of my essential oils and my feet were going to be sore. And within a day or two, I was fine. I was expecting to be pretty painful, at least some soreness, and that was actually pretty good. So I noticed that when I'm using this, the soreness goes away all the time. Which, give me an example of that about tackling things from multiple angles. So for example, say the shoulder, or even with my feet, because sometimes it's my ankles that get a little sore. My knees are okay, my hips are okay, but sometimes the ankles. It's like, for example, shoulder, multiple angles. There is a couple of files on here for shoulder. So I'm going to do shoulder, excuse me, but I'm also going to add into that joint. There's different joint supports. And on top of that, I'm going to have things for muscle soreness, muscle pain, muscle stiffness, all that. So I'm thinking about not just the shoulder, but everything else around it and what could be taking place. And as a result of that, I seem to feel pretty good over, I mean, a little bit of soreness, but once I get this thing going on, it seems like that's been the biggest difference. Is I'm running this all the time for muscles and soreness. I got my favorites list. I put that on there, and it's feeling really good. I enjoy it, and I missed it when it was gone. Like I mentioned, I said I wasn't for sure how well I was doing it, but when I didn't have it, I was sore from working out. I got this back. Not as much, hardly ever. And that's the only thing I'm doing different is having taken this up. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I still use, and I noticed another thing I noticed is there's one for detox on here. If I don't do the detox, whether every couple of weeks, once a week like that there, if I wait a little bit before I do it, I'll have to spend a little more time in the bathroom. As stuff's kind of getting out of my system. If I don't do it on a semi-regular basis, if I wait several months before I do it again, it's like, okay, I do the detox, I can spend some time in the bathroom. So it's kind of clean out my system. So that's let me know something else is working as well. So there's a variety of programs here, what's been taking place with it. So some of the things that happen with the card is they have an update. It used to be 850 frequencies, now it is 1,000. And if you have an older card, you can get an update. You can get a little older phone, you can get an update to fit in there, which is what I originally bought, and I think it was like $70. You can get the upgraded card. Well, my device wasn't working. It wasn't reading the card in there. I kind of didn't want to put the old one, the new card in if it wasn't working, so I ended up shipping them back, and in turn, I guess they couldn't repair it because I got a new watch out of it. But so it's 1,000 frequencies now. Updated card. If you got an old one, you can get the updated memory card in there. When you get the phone, just the watch phone, when you get the watch, let you know it's going to come in a case. Opens up. You'll have the watch will be on one side. You're going to have a little pack that comes into it with your charging cable. And now they actually have some new bands. The old ones used to have to kind of fit these through. Sometimes hold your tongue right and then get this buckle to kind of go through. Bit of a pain. But now the ones I got, optional, just slip it on, Velcro. And there's also a new updated book. It breaks it down. What's also nice about the new, and you also will get a screen protector. This is what's in here is a screen protector, which I know I got this one scratched up and chipped. With the old watches, all you could think of these as you got folders, subfolders, and then you got files. Before, you could only play whatever was in the files in a folder, press one, go all the way through it, and that was it. Now, you could repeat one, repeat a single folder, repeat a single file, play an entire folder, and play one full file. That was it. Now, you can repeat an entire folder, which makes it nice because I got you up to 3 personal playlists, and I use those most of the time. So I got the ones I want there, and I'll repeat those throughout the day. So that's one of the big changes on here. So yeah, making sure I covered what I wanted to, but yeah, so I have definitely, there's people I go through some of the groups and stuff where they say, yeah, I don't notice the difference. I don't understand how can you not notice the difference. Now, I don't know if they're expecting too much out of it, if they're not using it enough, or what it is. One of the things is make sure you don't get the same frequency, don't play that same one over and over and over again. Your body will get used to it. Play 20 of them over and over again, 30 of them over and over again, because I think my personal playlist, let me see what I can, it is a touchscreen. On my one to-go list, I got 32 different files on there. Another one I got 27, so you can play all those and let them repeat over itself. But yeah, I will keep using this thing. Whatever comes up, I use it. I've had some times where I was feeling a little down, so I went ahead and go ahead and played the ones for emotionals. And a lot of times I go through just clear lists. Like I'm running, what do I got going right now? I got one actually going for cancer right now, so I'm going through those different folders taking place there. I think it's for, let me see if I can, come on, I can do this. Touch screen, go back. I think I'm doing one for pathogens right now. Anyway, so the different ways of what's going on for you. And again, some people have gone through and said, yeah, I haven't felt anything. I don't know how you can't. I don't know how you can't not feel things, not notice a change. I guess if you use it, give it some time to go through and do it. And because again, as I shared through here, I went through without it. I noticed the difference between being sore. And during that time too, if you followed me, you know I had that big hole in my shin. I didn't have the watch when that happened. It's like, oh, I could really use my WAVWatch right now. And when I got it back, I started definitely going through and putting the stuff for wound care, which I'm still kind of repairing with that a little bit. So yes, I do notice a difference. When it was gone, I was sore from working out, and I've been steadily working out pretty good, and I've increased my intensity a little bit lately, especially when I'm doing some running, which I really wasn't running before. So yes, it does make a difference. I do believe in this thing. It makes some incredible results for me, and I'm going to keep using this thing. So yeah, that's what we got for you. And right now, this is, as I'm filming this, it is Saturday, December 9th, 2023, and WAVWatch has a little 12% off going right now. They had it for 12 days of Christmas, which you might be in day 9 right now. Counting down. So there's a, so you get an extra 12% off. Link and stuff that will be in the description, as well as my code to get yourself $100 off. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. But take through, I'll leave the link to my other videos. You can take a look through all those, and that might, as well as the link to the website, and I might provide all the questions, all the answers for you. But if you got anything more, let me know. But again, I enjoy this. You see me in the videos. I'm basically wearing this thing all the time, except when I got it charged up and working out. I don't wear it when I work out. It's designed where you come and kind of relax, just walking around. But yeah, I'm wearing this all the time, and I've definitely noticed a difference. So that's my 6+ month follow-up. I enjoy it. I'll keep using it. And there's so many other features on here to use. I just got to get around to using those. So every once in a while, I do a lot of stuff just to say, hey, what's going to happen to me? Feeling down? Let me try this one here. Let me try the one for motion. Let me try the one for this. But when I know I got issues with soreness with the muscles when you worked all the time, it makes a big difference. So that's what I got for you there. Down below, well, depends where you find this. If you're on Facebook, it might, if you're on social media, the links might be in the description, or, okay, let's try this again. Facebook, the links will be in the description. On YouTube, it'll probably be in the description. If this is on Instagram, I'll probably have a link in my bio to go through and kind of check that out. So that's what I got for you. But anyways, have yourself a great rest of your day. And again, got any questions for the WAVWatch, let me know. I'll get back to you. So take care, enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll catch you next time. So take care and balancing to you. Bye-bye.